What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking the Q50 to the dealer to get it checked out. It started making this weird noise when going from drive to reverse and reverse to drive. It was like kind of like a clicking sound. I know it's coming from the rear because I didn't hear it from the front nor the transmission area. So I'm not sure if it's like the drive shaft or it could be some one of the axles. So I'm going to have the dealer go ahead and check it out. So once they look into it, we'll see exactly what's going on. But I'll drop a clip of what it sounds like. We were at a drive-through, and because the area is kind of isolated, there's a wall, you can hear clearly where the sound is coming from. That way you guys can get an idea of how ours sounded. But let me drop the clip right here. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and head over. I'm gonna take off the JB4 from the Q50. That's the only thing I'm gonna be removing, so you can check it out. I shouldn't have any issues with the other stuff, but if I were you guys, I would remove it just in case. So let's go ahead and head over, and I'll pick it up once we get there. Alright guys, we're pretty much here. We'll see what happens, what they tell us. Alright, we just dropped off the car at the dealer. Here's mine. This looks kind of dirty, but we'll see what they tell us. Alright guys, so we're on our way back to the dealer. They just called us a few minutes ago letting us know to come pick up the car. We have some bad news, but we also have some good news. So once we get there, I'll go ahead and pick it back up and explain to you guys exactly what's wrong with the car. To pretty much go over exactly what's going on with the Q, both of the rear axles actually went out on the car, so they're going to be completely replacing them under warranty. So that's pretty cool. We don't have to pay anything, but it's something that happened with the car. The car's like at 50,000 miles right now, so it's pretty much like almost halfway to 100K, so it's getting there. But yeah, I actually looked under the car. I didn't see really any issues at all. Everything looked perfectly fine. I didn't see like any grease or anything on the car, so I'm pretty surprised that they both went out. I'm not sure why it happened. I didn't really ask the dealer just because I didn't want them to say, oh, it's because you have coilovers or something. But yeah, hopefully everything turns out good, and then we'll see what happens. So we'll pick it up once we find out everything's. What is up, guys? Today is Saturday. I'm working on the car today, and I also wanted to check out the axles to see exactly what they did or what happened, because when I received the paperwork, it said that all they had to do was replace the nut, and they had to go ahead and lubricate it. So they didn't actually replace the whole axle. They told me that they had to order the parts to replace the whole assembly, but when they actually sent me the paperwork, it said that they had just replaced the nut and lubricated it. So I wanted to show you guys exactly what they did. I was working on the car because I wanted to fix an issue where it keeps rubbing on a tab on the side. So hopefully by grinding that down, I don't have any more scraping on the rear. But I want to show you what they did. There's one noticeable thing that I can see that they did. Everything else is untouched, so I can look at the axle easily, and the boots, nothing looks like it's been touched. It looks all like it was just there and it's been like that. So I'll show you the axle and the bolt. Alright guys, so here's the axle. Well, this is part of the axle, and this is the bolt. Now this bolt right here, along with the nut, they went ahead and replaced the actual nut and put in a new one. Now if you look at the threading, I'll zoom in a little bit, but it's messed up. Like maybe they had some trouble trying to remove the nut, and they messed up the threading along the way. And then when they installed it, they kind of like, I'm not sure if they did this on purpose, but you can see that the nut is kind of like hammered in at an angle, maybe so the nut won't move anymore. I'm not sure if that is why they did that, but you can for sure tell that this is messed up. Let me go ahead and zoom in. So if you guys can see that the threading is messed up a little bit. So whoever tries removing this in the future, they may have some issues trying to remove it, or they might not be able to remove it at all, or maybe it's fine and they can still take it off. But usually it causes problems when that happens, because then it's difficult to try to remove the nut that's on there. So that's a problem. But they actually lubricated the backside. They didn't lubricate this side over here. I don't see anything on here. It looks normal. But then if you check on the back, down in here in this area, they went ahead and lubricated it. So I'll go ahead and show you guys. So they added some type of lubrication on there in order for the noise to go away. So that's what they said. That's what they said, that they just had to lubricate it and the noise subsided, or it went away. So I guess that's all they had to do. I wanted to show you guys just in case you guys had this similar issue. You guys can try to diagnose it and fix it yourself. Alright, so if you guys see in here, you guys can see that the boot hasn't been touched at all for the axle, as well as that boot over there. They look old, like they haven't been touched at all. Just so you guys can see that the axles weren't actually touched. So all they did was pretty much lubricate the inside of this part on the inside. It's really hard to see, but it's over here where the axles are, where the boot's in. That's all they did. Now what I'm working on right now is I'm working on sanding that down. I already sanded it down a little bit, or grinded it down, because I believe that part right there is hitting the wheel or the tire. When hitting some bumps and the car really like goes down, it starts to hit that. So hopefully by removing that, I won't have that issue anymore. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to conclude the video. Hope you guys found it useful. For those of you who maybe have the same problem or experience it in the future, I'm going to be working on some canards for the Z, and then I'm also going to be making some rear leg spats for the Q50 as well. Hopefully it comes out cool. I'll make a video on that, how I made it myself out of ABS plastic. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned to the channel. It should be coming out with the next week or two, that way you guys can see for yourself and how you guys can make some canards or make some rear spats. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.